I don't know if any of you have ever played any Netmarble game, but if you ever played, most of our games start with that small video. In every game, we welcome the users, our cute monster. It's called Keke. Keke welcomes the users. It's important, I wanted to start the speech with Keke because this is Asia. What I mean is, in Asia, reputation, branding, the game company brand is extremely important. Asian gamers are advanced gamers. They have certain expectations. They want to be sure that the game company will properly manage the game. They want to be sure that the content, the new content will come, and they will get proper customer support, proper player support from the game company. That's why your branding, your brand reputation is extremely important in Asia. Let me share some brief information about Netmarble, especially for the ones who doesn't know or who doesn't fully know Netmarble. Netmarble was established in year 2000. Our founder is Mr. Bank. He is still the chairman of the company. Mr. Bank also is known as the creator of free-to-play games. So Netmarble is known as the first gaming company which published free-to-play games in the world. So it has been a long time, it's 16 years. So we have seen many changes in the 16 years in gaming industry, and we have faced lots of experiences, of course. As you can see, the first free-to-play game was published on 2001. And 2006, 10 years ago, Netmarble exceeded 500,000 concurrent users. I'm sure you know very well, even today, 500,000 concurrent users, we call it CCU, is quite impressive number for a game company. We have several strong titles, popular titles nowadays, but coming to the more close recent years, Cha-Cha-Cha, our racing game, was our major first success in mobile game industry by the beginning of 2013. After Cha-Cha-Cha, we had several strong titles, dominated mainly Asia and also popular in the global as well. Everybody's Marble was the second largest big hit, major hit in Korean market, and then spread to the Asia and the global. And Seven Knights is one of the most popular RPG titles in the world. Then Raven followed Seven Knights, and then Marvel Future Fight with over 50 million downloads globally. It became again one of the global RPG titles. Our partners are, investors are Tencent. We have a partnership with NCSoft, and also one of the major investments from Netmarble was to SGN just last year. And in this region, Joy Game was one of the leading game companies. And in 2013, Netmarble acquired Joy Game to cover Turkey and Middle East region better. So talking about the mobile game industry, we are looking at around 37 billion USD mobile game industry, and approximately 60% of that market size is coming from Asia. Sometimes what I see, by the way, our regional head office is based in Istanbul. So we are covering Europe, Middle East, and Africa region through our Istanbul office. And what we see, what we feel, sometimes the Western developers are not fully aware of the Asia, but that's the reality. The number shows the Asia is bigger than the West. I'll show you some snapshots. I just picked some couple of months in the last 2 years. So I want to try to show you the difference between West and East. I'm sure you know most of the titles very well. You know what's going on in the gaming industry, but it's better to look what happened in the last 2 years just in a short period of time. So please focus on the left part. Left part is the West. I picked different countries from US to Turkey. So US, 2 countries from Europe, Turkey. Here represents the West. And as most of you know, the games are quite stable. Clash of Clans, Game of War, Candy Crush series. We have stable games. Stable means they continuously in the top 5 in totally different territories. As you can see, the culture is different, people different, but still the games are the same. So let's check. This is 2015 January. I'm going to May. On the left side, again, you see similar games, same games. September, again, you see the same games in most of the countries. Coming to 2016, here a couple of Asian games are coming, like Summoner's War, Clash of Kings, Last Empire, but still Clash of Clans, Candy Crush, Game of War, they are in the list. Again, we see the same games, Clash Royale and Mobile Strike added to the list, and it goes like that. So, as you can see, when you develop a game to cover the West, you can cover quite a large territory. You don't need to localize, change the game balance, user interface, and the local characters every time. It is possible to develop a game for a quite large region in the West. But when it comes to East, what happens? These are the major markets. South Korea, China, Japan, Taiwan. Huge revenue is waiting here. And as you can see, there is only one game, Clash of Clans, that collapses with the West titles. The rest, totally the local titles. Local titles means local titles for Korea, local titles for Japan. Here you see Seven Knights, Everybody's Marvel, are one of the most popular 2 titles in Korea. When we go to Japan, Monster Strike, Puzzle and Dragons, Disney, Tsum Tsum. I have a question. Do you know Monster Strike? Can you just raise your hand, the ones who knows Monster Strike? Okay. Puzzle and Dragon? Okay, just a couple of people. So these games are generating huge amount of revenue in Japan. And I'll just go quite fast. Again, we see Seven Knights, Everybody's Marvel here, Monster Strike, Puzzle and Dragons. You see the same case? Again, the same case. It is similar in China and Taiwan as well. So what I mean is, you cannot cover all Asia with one single build, with one single localization, with one single title. Of course, there are examples doing that, but the reality is every market has its own unique tastes, unique player expectations. So as a result of that, in every market, you should take care of the users, their expectations, and localize your title, change your title. The good part of Asia, when a game comes to the Asia, if the quality is high enough, according to the user's expectations, and if you are very well prepared for the market, then you have chance to go to the top grossing charts. Because the Asian users, they appreciate the developers, they respect the developers, and they give a chance to the new coming games. In order to understand Asia, of course, art style is one of the key issues. You have to play, I would advise you to play more and more Asian titles in order to understand the culture better. Let me give you an example. For example, you see that cute creature. It's a very cute mushroom, right? It is the welcoming character of Seven Knights, our game. So Seven Knights is one of the most core RPG titles in the world. Yeah. And really core, mid-core, hardcore RPG gamers, they love the game. And this creature welcomes. So when you see that creature, in the West, some people think, oh, this game is too casual just for the kids. No, this game is very hardcore RPG title, but still welcoming with that creature, and it's okay, it's good, it's fun for the Asian users. That's why I keep saying, if you want to understand Asia, you should play their games more and more, more and more. It's not possible to understand just by a look. Also, when you see these characters, what do you feel? I'm sure you feel like they are too casual. It looks like they represent a casual game, which is correct. They are from Everybody's Marvel. Everybody's Marble is a casual game, but it's a casual game for Asia. If you play Everybody's Marble, in this region the name is Traveling Millionaire. So if you play Traveling Millionaire, you will see that it doesn't fit with the definition of casual game in the West. In the West, casual game means really simple, easy to understand, easy to play game. But when you play this game, you'll see a very complicated, very advanced game, and it's a casual game for Asia. I'll show you a video, just intro video of one of our recent titles, Stone Age. So here I want you to see the quality and the well preparation for the launch. So this game became #1 top grossing in 24 hours in Korea, and in Taiwan, in just 12 hours, it became #1. Netmarble. So what's your feeling about the game? So when you show such a video, when you see such a video, what would be your feeling? Just think about it's an advertisement on the TV, and would you download the game? Would you play the game? Please consider in that sense, this game is an RPG title. This game is a very complicated, very advanced RPG title. If you are a mid-core gamer, hardcore gamer, this is your game. But do you feel like that? Ask this to yourself. Do you feel like that? Because in Asia, people feel like that. When they see this, they love the title, and they download and start playing the game. And they expect it's an RPG title, and they enjoy the RPG. But in the West, you may not feel like that. So that's why, again, understand the Asian gamers. Now, from the same game, I'll show you another video for you to understand what I mean from well preparation in Asia. As I mentioned, this game became #1 top grossing in just 24 hours in Korea, in Taiwan. How did it happen? So now, in the video, you'll see lots of pop-ups and lots of content coming. Okay, this is the first day of the game. As you see, there is a huge content and lots of explanation because Asian gamers, they love to read and understand each ability, each skill of each character. They are not interested in just quickly playing the game. They are interested in the deep content. They are fine with lots of pop-ups because they want to see what type of events we are presenting them in the game. So you should present them playing events, the events that present the variety of the content in the game, that will engage the users, that will interact the users. The users, the gamers, they are in need of events, campaigns, sales campaigns, because that is how they feel more engaged. That is how they feel better. In that case, they feel like, okay, the game company makes a proper operation. If you do that level of operation, game operation, you can succeed in Asia. But on the first day, if you say, okay, let's launch the game and check the data, and then we will take action, no, you lost. Because reputation is one of the key points in Asia. If on the first day, if you don't provide proper game operation, if you don't listen to users and take action accordingly, they will never come back again. That is one of the key issues. Even on the first day, you have to be prepared for everything. Another insight from your first day, from the launch, you may be launching totally new game, or you may be launching a new build of your proven game. It doesn't matter. Still, if it's a new build, it means a new launch. So you have to be prepared for everything. In Asia, if you are launching a game, you have to be very well prepared for massive traffic. You may see a very high number of concurrent users. Your technical team, your servers should be ready to take care of that load. If you cannot take care of it, then you will lose the users forever. Second, when you launch a game, it's a new build, you may face lots of bugs, lots of problems, technical problems, or even you don't face any technical problems, still you are launching the game in Asia. Korea habits different, Japan habits different, China content consumption is extremely different. So you have to check the data very frequently and take action immediately. You may need to hotfix the game, you may patch the game very frequently if required. And your development team should be extremely ready to take action. So to understand Asia titles, Asian strong titles, of course you have to play them more and more. But here the key issue is, again, in the West, some people make a major mistake. The mistake is they check the game, they play the game, let's say half an hour, 1 hour, and then they think they understand the game. They can comment on the game. That's impossible. For example, this is the lobby screen of Seven Knights from Korea, Japan, and the global build. As you can see, it looks like similar. There are a couple of button changes between these lobby screens. So that would be your initial look, but of course the reality is totally different. The content, how it's presented, which content in the game is totally different. So you have to check every button, every content one by one. That means if someone says, I know Seven Knights and I can comment on that, then this person should play the game at least 2 months. And like 3 hours every day. If you don't play a core RPG title of Asia 3 hours a day and continuously 2 months, you cannot comment on that game. You cannot understand the game. With 1 hour, 2 hours tests, no one can understand any core Asian title. Another key issue, content. In Asia, content is the king. It's the same. It's the same in Korea, Japan, and especially in China. Content consumption is extremely fast compared to the West. So you should be very well prepared for the fast content consumption. Second, the expectation of the users are quite high. They want variety of contents. They may not love every content, so in that case, your content should be enough for a user at least to play 3 to 4 hours a day. So this is just a list, a selection of the contents from Seven Knights. As you can see, there are a variety of PvE content and PvP content where users can play together, play against each other, play against their friends or against the community. There are multiple variety of contents. And as I tried to mention several times, the expectation of the Asian gamers are quite high, and especially the quality expectation is quite high. So I'll show you a video from Evil Bane. In Korea, the name is Raven. So you will understand how the quality expectation is. This was chosen as the best mobile game in 2015 by Google. Please focus on that side. So the client size of that game is 2.5 gigabytes. So in Asia, especially in the markets like Taiwan, Korea, Japan, people don't have data concern. You may feel just the opposite in most of the Western markets, but here, data is not the issue. The issue is the quality. People have quality concern. People have content concern. But they are ready to download a 2 gigs file. And this is not the only part. When you download a 2.5 gigabyte game, every month there is a major patch. Major patch means every month you download additional 1 gig. Every week you download additional minor patch files, 300, 400 megabytes. Now in the West, we are talking to develop games under 100 megabytes. Here, I never seen a patch below 100 megabytes. So this is Asia. The key issue is the content. The key issue is the quality. The data is not one of the key issues. And as a last insight, let me talk about a bit autoplay. Autoplay feature is coming from Asia. Of course, nowadays we see many games in the global, so people started to understand what autoplay feature is. But if you are in the gaming industry, if you never played a game with autoplay, do it as soon as possible. That is my biggest advice. You should understand how autoplay works, how you feel when you use the autoplay. When we launched 7 Nights globally, I was playing, and my friends kept asking me, "Are you crazy? Why you are playing a game in autoplay mode? If I would play a game, I would play myself. No need to play autoplay." And now they are playing the game and they are enjoying the autoplay mode. So, just a short video. How it works? People need to engage to the game, and especially they want to be in the competition. But if they are working, if they are watching an action movie, if they are having lunch, dinner with their friends, it's hard to play the game, it's hard to be in the competition. So autoplay gives you that opportunity. While working, just click one button and you keep working. While enjoying with your friends, your phone can just be open there, and you can click the button and keep playing and keep being in the competition. This is autoplay, but as I said, it's hard to tell. You should play, then you can understand. Yeah, as a conclusion, I would say if you are planning to enter Asia, if you are planning to spend big amount of marketing money in Asia, I would say first stop before spending and understand the Asian gamers, Asian culture properly. Online gaming has a very important role, very significant role in Asian entertainment culture. So before understanding the culture, before understanding the players and their habits, I would not advise you to spend your marketing budget because it may be very wrong, it may be waste. So I would advise you to go to Asia, to visit the country that you will launch the game, Japan, Korea, China, Taiwan, see people, understand their culture, and then launch your game. Well, thank you very much. If you have any questions.
So when you guys launched Raven in Asia, you spent quite a bit of money to do that. The number that I heard quoted at one point was like 18 million. What is the average number for launching a high-level game?
It's hard to mention a number, but I can say like this. When you launch a game in Asia, if it's a high-level game, if you trust the game, like I showed Stone Age or Raven, as you mentioned, you should do TV advertisement, you should do outdoor advertisement, in addition to the digital user acquisition. So the common strategy is to launch the game very strong, very powerful, and 360 marketing. So the number is quite high, but you should include TV, outdoor, and digital altogether.
Hi. My question is continuing her question. Did you issue titles with those amount of backend capacity of videos and other stuff, and they failed completely? Or you do like a market check that there is a need for that or something like that? Because it sounds to me like you need to invest like 8 or 10 months of development on this game, and the amount of money needed behind it, it's huge.
Yeah. Well, of course, we do lots of research. We track the data of the users and market trends in every market. So according to the market trends, we develop. But as we are all aware, the gaming industry changing very fast, shifting very fast. So you start to development a project, but during the development period, market can shift. Market can shift, trend can change, user expectation can change, and you may need to drop the project as well. So even though we do lots of research and observe the follow of the market very carefully, still we may need to drop some of our projects, and it's a yes, huge cost. Dropping a project is huge cost, but what we think, launching a project just increases the cost. So in that industry, if it's required, you should drop the project and carry that cost. If you insist and keep development, even though you know it's going to be a failure or not be a success, then you just increase the cost. You should be ready, the management of the game company should be ready to drop the huge costly projects. And we do it. So that's why we never launch a game that we fully believe that it will be a success. On the back end, yes, there are several projects we drop. The users, they never see these games.
Baris, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.